I shared my thoughts about Kalai with all of you, I realized that there was so much more that we need to pay attention to make your dance much more finer, to have this finesse with especially the junior students who have been learning but have not yet managed to bring those detailed nuances into the technique of their dance. So here, some of the very commonly used movements in Kathak and some of the very commonly committed mistakes which takes away the beauty and the actual nuance of Kathak is what I want to bring to your notice. And one of that movement is 1, 2, 3. Now typically the young students who are learning this, they end up using the elbow and make it like a compass box. So it goes from the control of the elbow and it flips, opens, likewise flips, opens. And coming back to the importance of Kalai, all these movements are not controlled by the elbow, but they are controlled by the Kalai. Again, coming back to the Kalai. So when you want to unfold your hands, it is not the elbow and the entire arm opening, but so now this is a semicircular shape that you're creating with your hand move when that is not the movement. It has to draw that line going towards it, and that control is through your wrist. So wrist pulls, 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 and finally the palm opens. Likewise, again, wrist pulls back and it comes back. So you are maintaining, drawing that invisible line in the space and not a compass box semicircle in the space. So it's thai and thai. Likewise, this again, the wrist is pulling and drawing the line and it is going up, and again, wrist is pulling back and drawing the diagonal line. So thai, ta, and again open, thai. Thai, ta, again draw down, and thai. As compared to, now look at this, thai, ta, thai. So that's not what you want to do, but a straight line, straight open, maintain that diagonal line. So even in the space in front of the audience, when you draw the lines, it is your fingertips, where your fingertips are moving from, and you're actually creating an invisible design in front of the audience. And audience may not be aware or may not be technically savvy to understand the technical language of any dance form, but the visual pleasure is definitely something that audience understands. An audience can tell, oh, she dances better. No, she was not so good. Audience may not be able to tell you why. Here is why. So we want to use our wrist. Likewise, there are circular movements. So again, it is your wrist turning, and it is your wrist which is completing the circle and coming back. Then this circle can be wider as you can unfold your hand, but still it is the wrist controlling, defining the move and coming back. Wrist controlling and defining the move coming back. Another very common movement is your hand going up and coming back. And I have noticed many times the young one, they poke their hands in the sky and bring it down. So it is not poking in the sky, but even the journey doesn't start with fingertips pointed up, but it's exactly reverse. Your fingertips are down and it is your wrist which is taking your hand up. So see, your still fingertips are pointed down, and now the wrist turns and then it comes down. Again, going up, fingertips are still pointed down and the wrist goes and the hand completes the turn and then it comes back. So it has to be a complete turn in the wrist and then it coming down, and not just hands straight, fingers pointing down and going up. That is not the move. The move is always hands first pointing down, and when it reaches the destination, then like a flower, it unfolds and it comes down. Likewise, the wrist is pulling up, and when it reaches the destination, the hand turns around and comes down. So remember, it is the wrist, again, coming back to the Kalai. So it is the Kalai that pulls, that defines, and that adds the grace to all the movements of Kathak. See you again next time.